Go ahead and call the city council meeting of January 14, 2025, and, at 6 o'clock. It's now open, and we'll start with city manager. Are there any changes to the agenda?
Yes, Mayor. Exhibits related to item number 7 were inadvertently omitted, and they are on the dais for your review.
City council.
That is all.
Thank you. Why don't we start with roll call?
Councilmember Lara,
Here.
Councilmember Lutz,
Here.
Councilwoman Dr. Sanchez, here, Mayor Pro Tem Camacho, Mayor Garcia,
Yeah.
all present.
And we're going to have our invocation by Councilmember Dr. Monica Sanchez, followed by the flag salute with Mayor Pro Tem Camacho.
Christian, God, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us to engage in meaningful discussion, allow us to grow closer as a group, and nurture the bonds of community. Fill us with your grace, Lord God, as we make decisions that might affect the community of Chico Rivera, and continue to remind us that all that we do here today, all that we accomplish is for the pursuit of truth, for the greater glory of you, and for the service of humanity. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
With us, we have Commissioner Tommy Alvarez from the Plan Commission. Tommy, thank you for your service and contributions to the city. Thank you. Moving along, we have a special presentation. I'll turn it over to our city manager.
Yes, Mayor, City Council. At this time, I'd like to bring up Victor Farrar to make the introduction to our presenter, if he's here.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and City Council. We're very excited to present this award. It's the Gateway City Council of Government Energy Action Award. Just to provide a little background, the Gateway City Council of Government has a program that where 27 cities participate in the Gateway City region. And this program is really meant to incentivize and motivate different cities to undertake energy efficiency and sustainability initiatives. There is a scoring rubric where cities that do minimal failure recognition, another scoring area where they would get bronze, silver, gold, and they've done it since 2021. Since 2021, the city received silver, then followed by 2 gold awards in 2022 and 2023. And 2024 marked an important time for this program where they announced the first ever Platinum Award. The Platinum Award is given to the city that has achieved the most activities through innovation, energy efficiency, and sustainability initiatives. It was a grueling competition, a friendly competition amongst other cities, and we are proud to state that we brought this Platinum Award home. We have a video that we want to showcase. I know Hector de la Torre planned to be here, but maybe he's running a little bit late.
These awards recognize efforts to make each city more energy efficient and sustainable. The record high 23 gateway cities have achieved bronze, silver, and gold levels through their year-long efforts, including one city that has reached the first ever Platinum Gateway Cities Energy Action Award. Let's recognize those cities now. The city of Batija installed a new at the Albert O'Little Community Center.
The city of Bell Gardens updated its sightings at Fort Park to LED.
The city of Maywood upgraded their fleet to electric trucks.
The city of Norwalk recently replaced an older age transformer with a power source. This low voltage design meets our common goal of minimizing energy waste.
The city of Signal Hill hosted a Signal Street planting event at Reservoir Park, where the community came out and planted 14 sweet trees.
The city of Whittier replaced 5 water heaters with energy efficient heat pumps. Projects like this align with the city of Whittier's sustainability goals and offer cost savings to the residents. And now I'm happy to recognize Pico Rivera as the first city to achieve the Platinum Award by completing the highest level of activities to save money and increase the city's The city of Pico Rivera pursued energy efficiency, conservation, and block grant funds from the U.S. Department of Energy to develop its first ever climate action and adaptation plan, which will allow the city to implement new programs, projects, and initiatives that will reduce greenhouse gas emissions for our community.
Pico Rivera also helps the residents become more energy efficient by providing solar power, Tesla battery backup, and long-term energy savings with no upfront costs.
Congratulations to Pico Rivera and to all of the recipients of the 2024 Gateway Cities Energy Action Awards.
Is indicative of all the hard work we've done together as a city or as an organization and as a community. I'd like to I'd like to thank the city council for its critical role in setting the vision for sustainability, prioritizing energy efficiency as part of the city's mission, and supporting us, trusting us with setting policy and allowing us to move forward with sustainability and energy efficiency efforts. Special thank you to our city manager, Steve Carmona, for his strategic leadership and commitment to fostering collaboration across all levels of the organization, and for encouraging our teams for forward-thinking projects and drive meaningful change in terms of sustainability within our community and Pico Rivera residents. I'd also like to thank all the departments, department heads, and all their staff, because without their collaboration, it wouldn't been, this award wouldn't have been possible. For example, Public Works lend us their staff time and expertise to be able to swap out 8 different heat pump water heaters that were 8 water heaters that were old, going out of operations, and replacing them with
new, clean heat pump water heaters that are energy efficient. Our Innovation and Communication Department with their strategic vision and forward-thinking projects like the Historic Whittier Boulevard project. Community development for supporting us with the Climate Action Adaptation Plan, lending us their expertise with planning, or urban planning, and I could go on, but just a special thank you to all the department heads, and a special thank you to our staff. You could please stand up, Paola and Stephanie, who are part of the Office of Sustainability. Paola joined us in June of 2024, Stephanie in July of 2024. Paola has a background in urbanism, sustainability. She is a certified California naturalist. I'm still trying to learn what that is, but it deals a lot with sustainability. We're very happy to have him here. Stephanie is on track to complete her master's in public administration this year. So they've been just phenomenal help. So thank you for all your hard work and making this award possible. And a thank you to all the community, because without their participation, support, and commitment to sustainable and energy efficient efforts, this wouldn't have been possible either. So thank you.
Victor, if I may, it starts with the leadership too and the team that you've assembled as well. You have a silver, 2 golds, and now a platinum award. Do we got an awards case that we're gonna have to purchase?
That's in the works.
No, just real quick, thank you for your consistency, your compassion, and your commitment to always taking it to the next level. We truly appreciate the hard work, and we're very proud of the entire team. At this time, I would like to just open it up to my colleagues if they want to share any remarks.
Yeah, no, let's talk about a good way to start the year, right? Nice recognition award for the work that's been done. Definitely we have to display that beautiful award there, but not only for, it's a beautiful recognition, but what it stands for. That's what's important. I think we have to definitely put it out there. Victor, congratulations to you, to your team, to the entire city of Pico Rivera. This is what, we're working to strive, so thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you for all of the hard work that all of you put in, and congratulations almost getting your master's. And I know it's difficult to work full-time and go to school and learn new things, and I'm proud that you learn what you've learned to Pico Rivera, so we're happy to have you. I do have a question, Victor. Of all of the cities that participate, the 27 cities, how many of them have a similar to your department or job title, a sustainability department or position?
That is a great question. So from the 27 cities, the only city that has, let's start with an Office of Sustainability, it's the city of Long Beach. There's only one. And roles like mine, I think we would be the second one from the city of Long Beach. And the city of Long Beach, because it's just a large city. The feedback that I've gotten from other cities after receiving this award, there's been a lot of questions as to, our programs, projects, initiatives. The Power Choice program is definitely a topic of conversation amongst the group. But they certainly do admire and look upon us on what we're doing from the different department perspectives, but within our office, how we centralize these efforts to put sustainability in the forefront and continue making Pico Rivera a leader in sustainability. And that goes without saying that this is really due to your leadership, policymaking, the city manager's leadership. Just thank you. The region is noticing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Laura?
I just want to echo some of the words of my fellow colleagues and the mayor. I want to thank you for all your hard work, for your dedication, for your vision. These are truly cutting-edge projects, I believe. The other day, a few weeks ago, the power went out throughout the whole city, and I just thought about that resident who had the Tesla Powerball, right? I said, power didn't go out for that guy, right? And as more and more residents get on board with that project, we will truly have sustainability just among ourselves. But at the end of the day, it's about climate-friendly sustainability. And with the fires and whatnot, everything we're seeing, a result of climate change, these are things that we're pushing back on. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, I want to congratulate you, Victor, and the rest of the staff for reaching that platinum status. And the other day,
I saw our Public Works truck, and it was a 100% electric vehicle, and I thought that was really nice. And a couple months ago, I believe we changed out a couple of heat pumps. And now we have the combination offering of the Tesla power walls and the solar panels for all our residents to utilize, whether it's residents or commercial clientele. I think that's also just fantastic. And I look forward to having an opportunity that we win that Platinum Award once more in the upcoming year. And I see the Executive Director of the Gateway City Cogs, Hector De La Torre, just behind you. And I'd love to have him congratulate us one more time.
It is very well deserved. Sorry, played it. There's more traffic than I expected coming from Paramount. Hector De La Torre, Director of the COG. When we started all of this, there was no Platinum Award. I want that to be really clear. It was just gold, silver, bronze. It was really because of the extra above and beyond effort of the city of Pico Rivera. I mean, we didn't create it for you, but we anticipated that there would be a need to go higher. And so that's where the platinum concept came from. And then right away, you guys did it. So it is really, really impressive that you kind of, in school, they talk about grading to the curve. You guys broke the curve. And so now we have a whole new metric. And I can tell you, and Eric was there at the meeting last week, the other cities were jealous. Even the gold cities were like, wait, there's more? We can do more? So that's great. We started the Energy Action Awards in 2021. So we've only been at this 4 years. All 26 cities, Vernon is not in, although they're going to be in now because we figured out a way to get them in, are part of this, every city. 23 of the 26 won an award this year, mostly bronzes, but they won something. So they are all making an effort. We jumped from 2 to 12 silvers, from last year 2 to 12 this year. And there's only 2 cities besides you, or there's a few more that got gold. But when Victor made the presentation in front of all of his colleagues at the award ceremony, you could see the lights clicking for people. Oh, you're doing that? Oh, we can do that? Oh, you could see that they were getting new ideas. The trash thing, I never would have thought about what you're doing with those containers. And clearly that has an impact upstream on emissions from landfills, et cetera. So just a phenomenal job. It's important that you do it for all the reasons that Councilman Lara just pointed out, that these fires, right? Climate change is here. It is happening. None of this is normal to have in January, to have these kinds of fires. This isn't fire season. The winds faster than they've ever been, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we all have to do our part. And as I always tell people, there's no disincentive for efficiency. And that's all we're talking about, is being more efficient with the resources we have so that, we help the planet, but also save some money. It's more upfront cost, but over the life of all of this stuff, it's cheaper. So again, thank you. Happy to answer any questions. But again, it's just amazing that you guys broke the curve for the whole region.
Council member?
Yes, I just wanted to say one final item. Thank you again, Hector, and I'd love to have you and the rest of the team come up and take a picture up here.
Bring the trophy.
Sounds like we set the bar.
I was looking at some of those neighboring cities.
That trophy.
gotta tell you know, Jesse, she'll tell you. He puts something in my head and I'll go run with it.
Jump in right here.
You want to hold it?
It's yours.
It's a good paperweight.
It's much bigger than the other one.
Wow.
Right there.
Now one without council?
What do you want me to say? Balance, yeah, want you two in the middle or?
Right there. Right there, no pressure, but we're gonna keep it for 3 years.
Oh, all right, well, we'll do it.
Sounds like we set the bar and everything, so.
Go set the bar. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So bring it on.
Yes, Mayor, City Council, just again, congratulations to the Office of Sustainability. But one of the things I wanted to let you know, moving forward, we're still on track. One of the things I'd like to highlight that we're working on is to create 90% plus diversion in our commercial trash. So that's something that we're going to work in collaboration with one of our businesses here in the city of Pico Rivera and our trash operator, NASA. So that would be a huge milestone that we could accomplish if we get that launched off. In addition, getting our city hall off the grid, net zero facility, that's another goal that we're gonna achieve to attain fairly soon. So again, just wanted to thank everybody for their support.
Thank you. Before I move on to the next item, Victor, I really can call you prime time now. Well done.
Mayor, if I may, I have a question
Please.
regarding the vehicles that Councilmember Lutz brought up. That was a result of a grant, correct? One of the grants to replace our city vehicles for electric vehicles?
Yes, that was the AQMD grant.
And there were five vehicles, correct?
Noe, is that the correct number?
I believe we have 4. We have 2 F-150s. We have 2 Toyota BZ, 4Z, XYZ, I don't know the name.
Yeah.
Well,
In addition, we use some grant resources to get our big belly trash cans in some of our parks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to public comments. And the first speaker we have is Fernando.
Good evening, Pico Rivera. My name is Fernando. I'm a 13-year Pico Rivera resident and a Marine Corps veteran, for what it's worth. I'm a little under the weather, so you'll have to bear with me, please. I want to start off by pointing out that I just had your Lieutenant Sheriff Fernandez from your Sheriff's Department and Deputy Perez just come up to me and try to intimidate me by handing me decorum literature on decorum. I have a video of Lieutenant Hernandez on my Instagram, El Imagen 2, that's in Spanish, Elimagen, drunk as shit-faced, standing on my Free Palestine sign, on my Free Palestine sign. I'd like for you guys to check that out to see how Lieutenant Hernandez conducts himself. I really came in today to put on record an audio of your Zionist, the mayor, former mayor, and current council member, Andrew Lara, of a Palestinian teach-in he attended last year at Rio Hondo College. But before I play this audio, I want to point out that I don't think Andrew Lara knew he was being recorded.
Thank you for your lecture. It was educational. I'm glad I did. I disagree with a lot of your points. There's just too many to list within a few seconds without being disrespectful to other people. I'm sure that people want to comment. But I wish you would have touched on the importance of 1967, what happened there. I wish you would have talked about the birth of the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation Organization. I wish you would have talked about the Oslo Accords that happened in 19. You touched on it briefly. I wish you would have talked about how Israel, as a result of the Oslo Accords, left Palestine. Actually, not only did they leave Palestine, but they dug up their dead bodies in order to leave Palestine, in accord with the Oslo Accords. I wish you would have talked about more about Hamas, since it's a political organization, and how they pushed out the PA, right, the Palestinian Authority.
I'm going to stop it there because he just goes on to try to give a history lesson. For starters, the PA are the Israeli puppets. This has been noted by the resistance multiple times since October 7th. And then, so you talk about the Oslo Accords in 67, but what about in 58? The Nakba in 1948, when millions of Palestinians were displaced and Israel was created. Just wanted to put it on record. Your former mayor, Andrew Lara, is a Zionist. He's currently a council member. That's disgusting. It's a shame.
Thank you. Next speaker, Lauren Talbot.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council. My name is Lauren Talbot, and I'm the Community Library Manager at the Pico Rivera Library and the Rivera Library. Here are our updates for January. Free COVID tests are available for pickup at both libraries during our open hours. Thanks to Baby, free diapers in sizes 1 through 6 are back in stock at the Pico Rivera Library. Due to high demand, we limit 1 pack per person per day. Families are invited to our Lunar New Year celebration at the Rivera Library on Wednesday, January 29th at 4 p.m. We are celebrating the Year of the Snake with stories and art. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Talbot. That concludes our public comment. Moving along the agency's agenda, we have a consent for items 1 through 11, unless we need to pull an item.
Mayor.
7 was omitted.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to make a quick comment on item number 4,
Okay.
if I may. I'll allow you to finish up the description of the consent calendar items.
Is there any other items that need to be pulled? So do you have a quick comment on item number 4?
Quick comment, item number 4, which is the recommendation to approve a planning commissioner appointment. As you recall, my planning commissioner, Robert Martinez, passed a couple months ago, and he was a tremendous individual. And of course, we do have to fulfill the obligation with excellent individual to fill that spot. And I wanted to introduce the dais and the rest of my colleagues to my selection, Justin Schmidt, with an engineering background. He's in the audience now, and he's an excellent individual to be a part of the Planning Commission. And I look forward to have him providing his valuable resources and intellect for the Planning Commission for 2025 year. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the consent?
I make a motion.
It's moved by Councilmember Lara. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Lutz. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Lara?
Yes.
Councilmember Lutz?
Yes.
Councilmember Dr. Sanchez?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Camacho?
Yes.
Mayor Garcia?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Moving along, city manager reports. Mr. Carmona.
Yes, Mayor, City Council. I just want to give you a quick update. As you are well aware, the recent fires in LA County have caused widespread devastation, impacting the countless lives and communities. In response, the City of Pico Rivera has mobilized resources to provide assistance during this emergency. As a community, we recognize the immediately and long-term challenges faced by those directly and indirectly affected and are committed to supporting the recovery efforts. Some of the actions the city has taken is we first dedicated the Pico Rivera Sports Arena in collaboration with the operator Lenoria Entertainment to house displaced animals as a result of the fires. In addition, we have staff on standby ready to help and assist cities that have been impacted, so those folks are ready to go when we're called upon. We've reached out to those cities and offered our assistance. We're also working with our fellow cities to collaborate on a regional effort on how we can provide resources to those impacted areas. We've also dispatched first responders. Our special operations team from our sheriff's departments are on site in some of those areas, patrolling and ensuring that nobody is doing anything bad and ensuring the safety of the residents as they return and look for some of their items. Public information, our social media platforms are being utilized to educate our community, ensuring that we are safe, and also advising them of some of the impacts as a result of the fire due to the health hazards. We're going to continue to evaluate additional ways to contribute to the recovery efforts. So I just wanted to make sure that with the council's support, we're actively trying to see how we can help those that have been impacted by this tragic event.
Thank you, Mr. Carmona. On that note, I do want to acknowledge Gabriel Castorina for getting the information out to the community on what was transpiring, and Robert for taking the pics to make sure that we were out there on the lines and doing our part. So thank you. Can I move on to good of the order? Councilmember Lara, you want to start us off?
Yes, please. Thank you, Mayor. I too want to, well, I want to thank the leadership of the mayor and the leadership of city staff and my colleagues for moving on the Pico Rivera Sports Arena and making that an option. I think that was a good move. I think that was putting our best fruits forward. You know, I'm concerned. So a few years back, I read a book. It's called The Deluge. And what it is, it's a book that talks about environmental catastrophe as a result of climate change. And I've read sections of that book here at the dais because specifically one of the scenarios is the dam breaching as a result of an arc storm, and talked about Pico Rivera. And that's what motivated me to make sure that we had an evacuation plan in the works, which we're working on. But in that book also, the author starts to signal that insurance companies would start to leave California because of the risk associated with climate change. And over the past 2-3 years, we started to see that. And then that pace of cancellations picked up within the past 3 to 6 months, right? The insurance companies always know what's coming. And then in that book, it talks about a catastrophic fire as a result of Santa Ana winds, to the T, okay? And it's not even a book about being a predictionist or Nostradamus, but it was items that will affect globally the result of climate change. So with that, when I think of the city of Pico Rivera, not only do I think of the Whittier Narrows Dam, but I think of other issues that we need to talk about that are in the works of being fixed that can really expose our residents to unneedless pain and suffering. So with that, Mayor, I'd like to propose that we do a disaster preparedness ad hoc, if you could join me with that.
Absolutely.
Great, and we can bring some of these
Note that,
items.
an ad hoc.
Thank you. If we could bring some of these items. And other than that, I don't have any items, I don't think, to report on AB 1234. I was busy over the weekend, so I didn't get a chance, over the holidays, so I didn't get a chance to attend some of the conferences. But I'm glad that you folks did. You've filled me in, so on and so forth, with contract cities and whatnot, so thank you. And I think that's it for me.
Thank you. Councilmember Lutz?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. I want to fulfill my obligation by stating my AB 1234 reports. I attended the Gateway Council of Governments meeting. It's held twice a month. There was no quorum, and I was informed that the city of Pico Rivera won a platinum award for energy action, the Energy Action Award. So that was great. We're going to have a follow-up meeting in 2 weeks. And then the majority of my colleagues and I, we attended the California Contract Cities legislative tour in Sacramento, and that's where we all convened. And we talked to our local legislators, specifically our Senator, Bob Archuleta, let him know of all of our action plans that we have scheduled to fulfill our goal of Pico Rivera 2035 and in pursuit of getting dollars for Pico Rivera. And that concludes my item of AB 1234. I want to wish everybody a happy new year. It's a somber new year because our fellow residents in the neighboring cities had tragic losses, family and personal property, and I wish them all the best. And as a city, as a united city, I'm glad to see that we worked together with La Noria Entertainment and provided that opportunity of people who have horses and livestock to bring them to the sports arena in the meanwhile and shelter them. And that is what you call good citizens. I have to say that we've banded together, helping out, and we shall continue to do that well into the upcoming months. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Dr. Monica Sanchez.
Thank you. I do have to report for AB 1234. I attended the Contract Cities Legislative Summit in Sacramento last week with my colleagues as well as our staff, and it was a great few days in Sacramento. Primarily, we of course advocate for local control in terms of legislation, and we got an opportunity to meet several new elected officials. We found out that over 50% of the new legislators that are in the assembly are very new. And even looking in some of their bios, we read they were born in early 1990s, which surprises me because they're fairly young, and that's exciting. We have a lot of young new legislators that are coming in. We're sworn in as freshmen and sophomore legislators. And of course, we had an opportunity to share about our exciting projects, our bus rapid transit, and some of our projects that we have here in the city. So I'm glad that I had the opportunity, of course, to also interact with several of our other colleagues that are members of the contract city. So it was a great conference for us to attend and start off the new year. First week, unfortunately, when we came back, the sky was filled with smoke, and we hit the ground running, literally, hit the air flying, and so we're ready to get to work this year, and we have a lot of work to do, but it was an exciting conference. Yep, that's it.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Gustavo Camacho.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. First of all, I just want to commend and thank all the residents, our city staff, school district staff, teachers, our business community for all the efforts that we've seen out there in the city of Pico Rivera as it relates to the supporting the fire victim families, all those initiatives, donations, pop-ups. There's so much going on, so much greatness that comes out of Pico Rivera and this community. So I want to thank everyone for what they've done to this point. This unfortunate tragedy is going to be long-term for these families, and I think it's an ongoing conversation and support that we'll be giving them from the partners at the sports arena, all the initiatives, all the great work to house horses and large livestock was a great partnership, and it's an official designated location for such such animals and so forth. But I think in addition to that and all those great efforts, I felt and wanted to propose and talk to some of my colleagues that the need is greater, and it's time for us to really put together a community fire relief initiative, a citywide fire relief initiative that the school district and the city of Pico Rivera come together united to raise money for all these victims. I think the primary support that they need is funds, monies. Some of them fortunately lost everything, and whatever we can do to help. There's a lot of, whether it be gift cards, jackets, sneakers and socks, things of that nature that we want to push forward. But the primary goal, I believe, for us to do is raise money. And when the school district partners, we want to get all the schools involved, engaged, from the high school to the middle schools to the elementaries, for everyone to be part of it, the students, the kids to participate in raising some funds for the victims as well. We've done it before. We can do it again. It's a buy-in by everyone, including our city employees, for us to all participate in one another. But I think, for us to partner with our local businesses, our business community to raise money, I think it'll be a well worth effort that the community of Pico Rivera School District come together in this initiative that will help elevate just a little bit for what we can do as a community to support, because the tables could be turned, and we could be the very same city that would be under that tragedy that is occurring in some of the other communities. There's some discussion to be able to do even a benefit concert for the victims over at the Pico Rivera Sports Arena with our partners. There are quite a lot of initiatives that we can do collectively. But I'd like to, ask the mayor for us to do an ad hoc committee so we can officially move this project forward. This is something that's going to be moved quick. Within weeks, the need is there, but we just gotta, as we all have, prioritized this effort, and I think we can come together.
Absolutely.
As we've shown that we can and we will, and do what we can to raise as much money as a community to support these victims during this time. So, Mayor.
Absolutely, we set up an ad hoc.
Okay, with yourself and I.
Okay.
Would be great. And
You
so,
catch that, Cynthia?
yeah, and then lastly, I too attended the legislative visit to Sacramento, advocate on our legislative initiatives as it relates to local government. As we're adding to my colleagues' comments that I made, I did have an opportunity to moderate one of the sessions with the freshman legislators that went from local government to now legislators, and we had a chance to moderate that session. But once again, worthwhile. Great discussions, great meetings, and good learning opportunity as well. So that is it, Mayor.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and, the good of the order, I attended California Contract Cities along with my colleagues as well. And they're just being very modest because Mayor Pro Tem was working on a panel. Dr. Monica Sanchez asks all the pointed questions. Councilmember Lutz is out there doing his thing, making sure that Pico Rivera is at the forefront. But behind the scenes, Jesse and Javier, you guys did an outstanding job. Really appreciate all the work as a team. The other, I want to mention that I attended the LA County Sanitation Districts meeting and the LA County Selection Committee. And I just want to thank our city manager. And I didn't see what the former mayor was going through. This is the weekend with this. We must have communicated 50 times back and forth. So, Steve, thank you for keeping us apprised, keeping the communication lines, the channels open. We appreciate your leadership through this crisis. And I do want to give a shout out to our Congresswoman Linda Sanchez and LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn, who reached out to us expressing concern and safety and touring our facilities to meet some of the livestock that was displaced in the fires. And I don't know if you caught, we had Allie, the pot-bellied pig, that came in on Saturday, and I'm happy to share, Allie found a home, right? Because Allie's got a home. So, again, hats off to La Noria Entertainment and the sports arena. Colleagues, there's a couple of installations for senior clubs. Tomorrow, the Friendly Seniors at 10:30 Smith Park. Thursday, Shade Lane Seniors at 10:30, 10:45 as well, if anyone plans on attending. And that concludes my report. So before we move into closed session, I want to close in memory of Sister Marie Richard Dean, a former principal of St. Mary Ann's and St. Hilary's, and to all the victims of the recent fires. If we could just take a moment of silence, please. Thank you. And I just want to acknowledge and God bless our firefighters who are out there on the front line and our first responders keeping us safe. So without further ado, Mr. Arnold, you can take us into closed session, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. We have two items for closed session tonight, both under conference with legal counsel, existing litigation, the Velasquez versus City of Pico Rivera matter, and also the McHugh versus City of Pico Rivera matter. It's appropriate to recess into closed session.
Thank you.